It's our hope that tonight's report will prompt constructive and positive change within the Cleveland Police Department.
And since we first began questioning our city leaders a year ago, changes are already underway.
In May, Cleveland and the Justice Department reached a consent agreement that will oversee changes in the police department.
Our goal is to have real reform that will be sustainable. This agreement is a major step in getting us to that point.
That 105-page document changed the rules for use of force, called for an independent monitor to oversee reforms, created a mental health review board to oversee police interaction with the mentally ill, and instituted a command-level position to oversee crisis intervention training.
We want all our officers to be trained because, again, there are components within crisis intervention training that officers can use in everything.
Specifics of that training were announced in October. They include at least 8 hours of crisis training for every officer to start, 16 training hours for new recruits, and in the end, 40 hours of training for every cop on the force.
And in order to provide the proper service to the people that we serve, we have to be able to provide our officers with the training.
In October, the Justice Department announced a New York-based nonprofit as the independent monitor who will oversee reforms. Vice President Matthew Barge and his team promising to talk to our officers, officials, and neighbors as the group institutes the most far-reaching consent decree he's seen.
The implementation of the consent decree is going to change some ways that things are done at the Cleveland Division of Police. But one thing that will not change in this process is the commitment of all of us involved to ensure that officers are safe and that officers in turn keep Cleveland's communities safe.
This is a story that does not have an ending. It's being written daily as Cleveland's leaders address the needs of our community.
Over the next 5 years, there will be the successes and the failures that come with change.
And our investigators who have spent the last year digging into the problems of the past will be there to play their part in the future, bringing light to the processes and procedures being put in place to keep us safe.